Hey, I'm John with Golden Kraken Photography, and this is the second of my videos of the cemeteries of Rains County. And today I'm actually at the Clifton Cemetery, located, I guess it'd be in northern Rains County. Just like the last video, I'm just gonna go through. This is one of my more favorite cemeteries to visit. It's a beautiful cemetery. It's located out here, uh, all out by itself, just kind of in the Darty community of Rains County. But just like we did the last video, let's take a walk, see what we can find. We'll go from there. Now, before I step actually into the cemetery, I want to point out this little section right here. This is kind of it's just a little covered area where I can remember as a child coming out here, and they'd have service out here. But all these white tables out here, you don't really see this very often. A lot of people have no clue what these tables are for. But I remember as a kid coming out here that we'd come out, clean up the cemetery, things like that. But all these tables would just be completely and totally full of food that the men and women of the community would come out and they would cook, and they'd feed the people that were coming out and helping clean up the cemetery. And it would just be a time of, you get together with your family, you get together with your friends and family of the community. And it's one thing that, in my opinion, as a country, we need to get back to. We need to get back to spending time with our family and friends. And but I guess it's one of those things that you just don't see done very often anymore. We'll go ahead and walk over here towards the cemetery. All that's located just to the across from the cemetery. This is, I'm not sure the exact date of when the Clifton Cemetery was actually started, when it was established. If you see the video and happen to know more about when the date of when the cemetery was established, go ahead and post it in comments. I'd greatly appreciate it. Now, I have multiple family members, friends of the family, that are buried out here, here at Clifton. I'm not going to mention any names. The friends and family members that are going to view the video, they know who they are. So, but there's something, in my opinion, just kind of extra peaceful about this cemetery. A lot of the cemeteries you see, they don't have any trees the way this cemetery does, where it's completely and totally covered. A lot of cemeteries are more open. This one here, like I said, is a little bit different. If you look over here, this is where someone has actually built a chair. Reads "Home Sweet Home." It's just for a spot where family members can sit down and visit their loved ones here in the cemetery. Now, the City Cemetery in Emory, the one I did in my last video, it had a lot of damage to the headstones. You don't see that as much out here in cemeteries that are kind of off the beaten path, I would say, which is a good thing. I mean, it's heartbreaking to see a headstone that's been destroyed just by somebody being stupid. Now, I didn't mention my first video, I forgot to, but if you are a fan of geocaching, which there's a lot of folks that geocache out there, there are a couple of geocaches actually located in the city cemetery there in Emory. I know of one out here. I am not going to point out where they are. That's part of the fun of geocaching, is finding on your own. The one out here is fairly difficult to find. If you've done a lot of geocaching, it probably won't be that hard for you to find. But I just wanted to come out here and visit this cemetery. Like I said, I've got loved ones, family members, friends of the family that are buried out here. Just I didn't research as well on this cemetery as I should have before I made this video. I wish I would have. I may do a little bit more research and then come back out here and provide a little bit more history to the video than what I did with this visit here. So now, also in the first video, I stated that if you see a lot of headstones that have like a lamb on them, a lot of times that is a child. There is one out here that I could use as an example. It's located back towards the back here. I'll see if I can walk over here and make my way to it so y'all can kind of get a better idea. There's not as many unmarked grave sites in this one as there are in the Emory Cemetery also. Now, what I was talking about as far as a child's stone goes, this one right here is kind of an example to it. It's Ole Ray Clifton, born August 28th, 1923, died January 20th, 1924, less than a year old. But a lot of times on a child's headstone, they'll put a lamb on the top of it, or a lamb on it. It just kind of, it's an interesting thing they do with a child's grave. There's a lot of older headstones in the cemetery here. That one I just pointed out, 1924. There's one right here in front of me, date back to 1910. Now, what we'll do is we'll kind of walk back up this way here. This is, I believe, some of the older headstones in the cemetery are over in this section here, which there's also newer ones too. All of these here, these are 1901. It's a Garrett. A lot of Garretts in this cemetery. That's a family that's from this area. There's some Spradlings. That's another family that is from the Darty area out here. Now here's a headstone. It's a 1885. This is probably one of the older plots here in the cemetery. So, but like I said, there's a lot of Garrett Spradlings. I know there's a few Giles located out here. I'm not sure if there's any Cooks buried here. I know there's a lot of Cooks buried in the Darty Cemetery. That's actually a cemetery that I plan on visiting and doing a video on. It's not really, it doesn't have the age that like this one does, but it does have a little bit of age to it. Actually, I was speaking that there's a Giles out here. This is the plot for one of the Giles. I'm not sure exactly how he's kin to me, but I know he is one of my kinfolk. So, all right, folks. Well, I'm gonna wrap this video up. If, like I said with the last video, if you have any information more than I've provided, I haven't provided a ton of information on this cemetery, but if you have some more information, feel free to leave comments in the comment section. I don't claim to be full of a ton of knowledge on all the cemeteries out here. There's a lot of family history out here. Please feel free to share it in the comments. That'd be awesome. And I hope y'all all have a wonderful day. This is a beautiful Sunday, almost noon right now. It's about 88 degrees. Beautiful day to go out and spend some time with your family and spend some time with your friends. Not necessarily in a cemetery. Some people find that weird and creepy. But hey, do something that you enjoy to do. Do something that you enjoy to do with your family. Do things that your family enjoy to do. And I hope everybody has a great day and a great weekend and a great week coming up. Y'all have a great day, and like I said, feel free to like, comment, share on the video, and we'll see y'all in the future, guys. Bye-bye.